Okay, so I had like this epiphany. I sent this TikTok to my boyfriend. Is talking essentially about like Latinas that are pretty much very um we have a lot of emotional baggage and we're like psychotic, all these things. And well, part of that is true. That I feel there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it because a lot of Latinas have been through a lot of shit, especially millennial Latinas, and whenever I was young, I had a narcissistic mother and I had narcissistic family members who essentially abused me and blackmailed me all the time, and they bullied me. That's why I don't talk to most of my family. Now, anyways, in the video, it was like Latinas are just trying to make you fat because whenever we stab you, then you you are now fatter, and that it's more holes that we can make and that aren't very detrimental. And I thought that was like super funny because my boyfriend has gained some weight, and my brother is like, dude, it's like whenever we lived with her, it was the same way, we all got fat, like those kinds of things. I just really enjoy cooking. I enjoy cooking and I want people to enjoy my food. Anyways, so I was like, you're really the only person that, and he was just laughing, and I was like, you're the only person that has not been cut yet. So I'm not saying that like I'm proud of these like things, but it just reminds me of how far I've actually come. I've come a very long way. With my ex, things were so toxic, like we would physically fight, we would both have black eyes. We would both have bruises and scratches, and it was a fucking shit show. However, I thrived in that environment, which was so stupid, because I was like, yeah. And then when we talk about it after the fact, we're like, yeah, like good times, what a time to be alive. And it just shows you like what kind of like person I am. Like, I am not afraid of a fight, and I am not afraid to like really like show like what the fuck is up. And that's just how I've always been. Well, since I've got with my boyfriend, he is white, and his family dynamics are so much different from mine. Of course, they have their own little ways of doing things, and the controlling factor is just a little bit different, but the same. Anyways, so and of course, yeah. So anyways, I was talking to him about it today, and I was like, I've come a long way. I don't want to be that way with you. I was like, I've not, done any of those things to you. I was like, yeah, you've said some things, and I've decked you because you deserved it. Yeah, sure. But it was only one time, and I was like, and I've regretted it ever since, and we've come a long way from that too. And so I was like, I'm really trying to turn a new leaf here. And he's just was like laughing, and he's just like, just get me fat. And because he eats a lot, like this son of a bitch eats a lot. And anyways, I was just thinking, I was telling him, I was like, well, I've come a long way, because it's not that I'm afraid of like showing like what the fuck is up. Like, I just now know, like, I'm afraid to lose what's good, and he's what's good. He's what's good, and what I've got going in my life right now is what's good, and I don't want to lose that from being like this fucking batshit overly jealous, possessive person. And as I was texting that to him, I was going to put like insecure. Okay, there are some days that I am insecure. However, when it comes down to it, I know I'm a fucking bad bitch. Like, I know I'm going to get the shit done. I know that I don't need no motherfucker. Like, I don't need no motherfucker. I don't need no bitch. I don't need nobody. And I've done it myself. And of course I have my family and my small family, and I love my family. But at the end of the day, at least I know I've done this shit on my own. And it's not a lot, but it's enough. Anyways, I think that the reason why most of us say that we are insecure in those moments is just because that's how we feel. But it's not necessarily insecurity. It is, you're not loving me or caring for me or giving me the attention that I fucking want. And I'm gonna throw a fucking fit. Yes, is that stupid and childish? For the most part, yes, but also no. Because if I'm here and I'm working my ass off and I'm doing all of the things, housework, kid work, cooking, laundry, and working, and the same vice versa, and if there's a week or a month where things aren't the way I want them to be, like, I want to be fucking, I tell him all the time, I want him to be obsessed with me. I want him to be obsessed with me. I want him to fucking worship me because I do a bunch of shit, and I want that acknowledgement. And if I'm not getting that acknowledgement, bitch is gonna throw a fucking fit. And that is my epiphany, is I'm not insecure, because bitch, I fucking know I got this shit. Like, I got this shit, and I'm not saying that I can go out and get whoever the fuck I want, because that's not the fucking case. That's not what I'm trying to say, because I don't want anybody. I want my man. I want who is here with me all the time. But a bitch is gonna lose her shit if she's not being treated as she thinks she should. And I have huge expectations for all of those things. Like, I want to be bought things. I want to be taken places. I want to be told things. I want to be cuddled. I want all of the things. Like, yes, there's a lot of times where I am the big spoon. But there is at least about 10% of the time that I want to be the baby spoon. And I don't want to be the baby spoon all the time because I'm a fucking bad bitch and I'm going to get shit going, okay? Like, I don't got time to be a fucking baby spoon all the time. But at least 1 or 2 days out of the month, a bitch wants to be the baby spoon. And if I don't get that time to be the baby spoon, then bitch, you got another fucking thing coming because I'm going to lose my fucking shit. So, no, it's not insecurity for most of us women, which most men think that, or other women think that, oh, you're just being insecure because you're acting this way. No, a bitch is throwing a fucking tantrum because she's not being treated or she's not being acknowledged the way that she fucking deserves. And for us to say how we fucking deserve it, we say it nicely, and sometimes motherfuckers don't get the fucking point, so then we lose our fucking shit. And that's just how it is. Now, is there better ways to do it and address it? Yes, there is, which most of us have found that out. But most of the time, there are times where it is hard for a motherfucker to really grasp that shit. Motherfuckers and bitches both can't grasp that shit. So, we throw a fit. At least I know I do. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if anybody says I'm toxic, I'm childish, I'm immature. I don't fucking care. You're not living my fucking life. You don't know what the fuck I go through every day. You don't know what I've been through. I have the fucking right to act however the fuck I want to act. And I act that way because I fucking choose to. And because I know that it's not going to be irate, but it's going to be a little bit of class, but it's also, I'm going to be fucking assertive. And assertive makes people scared, and assertive makes people mad. And I also am afraid to be assertive sometimes because of the things that I could possibly lose by being assertive. But I know that no matter what the fuck happens, nobody or nothing will make or break me. I fucking make or break me. So that is my epiphany for the day. Anyways,